I'm going to talk about how we can use chatbots or large language models, you might have heard them as, for helping us to study, for helping us to learn and to remember more. Now, large language models like ChatGPT and Copilot, I'm sure you've heard of those. What we're going to try and do is get you to use them in a positive and in a suitable way that can really help you to learn. We're going to use a set of examples here, and we're going to use ChatGPT in the examples given, but as I said, you can use other large language models here, and it's better with prompts to use existing prompts from a prompt library rather than to write your own. So we're going to start off with some prompts that you can use, that you can modify, and there is a prompt library which you can find at this link here. But if I just take us to that page now, you can see here we have a set of really useful prompts for doing a variety of learning activities. So we have some for questioning, we have some for remembering keywords, we can do some things with revision as well, so we can modify those prompts to have something suitable for the type of learning that we want to do. Now, it's really important to understand that while these large language models can be extremely useful in helping to learn, they can sometimes be wrong, so just bear that in mind. But nevertheless, they're still incredibly useful. There are a whole set of other prompts we can do for various things to help us understand things. So, for example, we could use it to summarize an article for us that maybe is quite complicated and quite hard to read. We can simplify that down. You can use it to do research. If you're doing a larger project, you can help you find information. And there are other things we can do, is like elaborative interrogation, that is asking lots and lots and lots of questions, and then the Socratic method, which uses a lot of why questions to really help you understand what's going on. So there's lots of different types of prompts that we can put in there to help us to, well, first of all, learn, but also as well to revise and to remember more. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to show you just a couple of examples here. The first one is going to be a quiz. So I'm going to put this prompt in. This is we're saying that you're a year 10 student in a secondary English school. Test my knowledge on e-safety appropriate to my age. Ask me one question at a time, progressively getting more difficult. Ask me 10 questions, multiple choice questions with 4 options. So let's have a look at an example of how we do this. So we go to ChatGPT, and we don't need to log in or anything, so we can go in without logging in, and we put the prompt in. I've just cheated and just copied and pasted that prompt straight in. Obviously, you'd have to type that in yourself and modify the topic that you'd want to do, and then it generates one question at a time, one multiple choice question at a time, and then you can take your time to answer that. And then it tells you whether you're correct or not, and then it will ask the next question. So that's the process of using it as a quiz. A slightly different approach is you can use it for revision. So that is, you can get it to ask you perhaps more demanding questions, not necessarily just multiple choice, but asking you to elaborate more and to write a little bit more in your responses. So again, you're setting yourself up as a student. So what you're doing as well, you're setting up the chatbot to be a teacher in a way, right? So that because you're wanting it to help you revise for the topic, in this case of photosynthesis. Again, you can use these prompts pretty much as they are, but just changing out the topic. So again, the idea is you can ask lots of questions and then you're going to respond to those questions. So again, I'm just copying and pasting the prompt straight in here. Obviously you have to type this in yourselves. Again, just be clear that it's asking questions on the topic of photosynthesis, and then it will ask you questions once you set it going. And then you respond to those questions. So you can see it's expecting a much more full response than just simply putting in this multiple choice. And you can put your response in here. But what it will do as well, it will give you a little bit of feedback on this, which is useful as well. So it's not just gonna go on to the next question. It might give you feedback, and it might explain to you to elaborate more or whatever if your answer is insufficient. So you can see there a couple of examples there, really useful tools there that can help you revise. So what I want you to do now is to modify these prompts for yourself and have a bit of a practice revising topics for one of your school subjects. Just have a little bit of a play, just see what you can do. You can try some of those other prompts as well. So go to that website and just have a look at the variety of prompts that you can modify, and just really see which methods and which prompts you'd find useful.